Hello there, welcome to yet another episode of The Handshake here on New Vision TV with me, Lynn Komjisha, and I'm joined by Paul Bushalizi. He's here to help us, look into these things a little bit more. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, if every month there's a report on inflation from Uganda Bureau of Statistics and those things that confuse me. So they're saying parking fees have pushed up inflation. How? Why?
I think the inflation rate was released last week.
Okay.
It's 5.3% now.
Up from
5.2.
Yeah.
The headline inflation. So, I read a report which said that you boss was saying that maybe the parking fees had an effect, or they, going by their statistics, had an effect.
But they're hardly in place. It's not even a month.
Yeah, but the way you calculate inflation, is normally it's an annual figure, which means that that figure is not only for September. It means it is up to the end of September 2017, but all the way from September 2016. So even if it's 1 month, it probably has an effect there at the end. You understand? So it's not that it's we like to say inflation in September was so much, but it's not in September. The year up to September, inflation has been 5.3.
Why then confuse us? They're saying it is 0.1%. Should we really be concerned about that?
Well, I mean, inflation is, first of all, we need to understand that inflation is a rise of prices, is an increase in prices.
Okay.
Now, this is a relative number, meaning you cannot have a rise if you're not measuring it against something else. So it was here somewhere at some point, now it's here. So that's why I was also including the thing of September one whole year.
Yes.
It's comparing. Last year, the prices of parking tickets were low. This last month, they're high. So therefore, 0.1. I mean, I was also quite shocked by the report that said parking stickers have had an effect on inflation, because I didn't think that there are enough cars to cause a move in the, because when you talk of inflation, it's not only parking tickets, the other things, food, fuel, rent, medical bills, the electricity, all those are all in there. I didn't think that parking fees have such an effect on the rate, but clearly UBOS has its statistics and its what they call index, and shifted it by 0.1 percentage point.
Maybe the fuel has not been sold.
Or something. But also I think, maybe food prices have been stable, so there's no movement on that thing. So anything else might shift it up. So
while I was reading still those things, I came across headline inflation and core inflation. And I'm thinking, what's going on?
What's the difference?
The headline is 5.3 currently, and the core is 4.3, I think. I'm thinking, what is that?
Okay, so I mean, there's a simple distinction between headline and core. Core inflation is inflation without food prices. So headline has food prices, core doesn't have food prices.
Right.
The reason why the distinction is being made is because food prices, especially in a country like Uganda, where food prices are affected by weather, kind of fluctuate. So it doesn't quite give a good example of how other prices are moving. So you remove food so that we can see better how our shoes moving, electricity moving.
Actually, core is at 4.2.
Yes, so, people tend to rely a lot. People who are planning, many times they like to look at the core to understand whether, the price increases are as dramatic as they might seem in the headline.
I totally had no clue. I read the article and I'm thinking, what is going on? Just parking, it's not even 3 weeks. At least now I have an idea. Well, I think you also have an idea, finally. Core inflation, headline inflation. Core does not have food. Yes. Okay.
But maybe one more point to make is that, of course, inflation is an important number.
Yes.
And the reason being, if you're going to plan, let's just say you've got a shop and you want to plan how much you're going to spend on your stock in the year, it's good to know the inflation so that you can. Now, if the inflation is too high, then you can't plan, and then business is in trouble. So if it's at manageable level, then I can say you know, by the end of the year, my meal could be maybe 5% higher. So I budget like that.
But it can disappoint you.
It can go higher.
It can go high, it can go low, anytime it
But
feels
imagine
like.
if it goes higher and you're stocked at the low price, you'll be in business.
Right. And that's all we had for you here on the Handshake. As simple as that. Inflation. This thing of packing fees, I think I need to look more into it. Well,
Before you buy your car.
I had sent for one, by the way.
You might choose to make it an Uber.
Thank you, Paul.
Cool.